And I guess I can restart from here if I want to. Aha, gotcha. Oh, it's as if I never fought the final boss. Because I don't have the souls for it anyways. Do I... Oh, I do have the fallen ones, ergo. That's interesting. I want to go... That's weird. I had like 16,000 souls, but for some reason it don't count. But I do have the boss soul for the final boss. Or did I already level up? Maybe I already leveled up and I just don't remember. Oh shit, you're here? What?
Your wish is my command, Sir Carlo. What would you like to do?
Did everybody die because I am Carlo? Like, everybody's dead now? Remember when I judged a couple of these people for attacking the hotel? And then I, may or may not have done something like that myself. Increase Fable art damage inflicted on staggered enemies. Nah, we gotta go with the Giga Bunker. I definitely murdered everybody. I definitely did, yeah. So everybody's been replaced.
Your wish is my command, Sir Carlo. What would you like to do?
Oh no. Did I kill him or did Dad kill him? I can't quite figure it out. I have this thing, Shadow Flower, by the way, and Misty Era. I think I probably did it for him, yeah. Oh no.
Welcome, Sir Carlo. What would you like to do?
We replaced all the humans with non-humans. I'm playing a different character now, yeah.
Your wish is my command, Sir Carlo.
I am no longer playing the boy. I am playing Sir Carlo now. That's why I have my different outfit. That's why it's called the bad ending. I see. This particular weapon is called the Noblesse Oblige. This is a very obvious bad ending now. Yep. Yeah, killing everybody is frowned upon. I will see if I can go to the final room. I wonder what's there right now. Do you think Geppetto is still hanging out here? Because he had his coat on. Seems like he was leaving. Ooh, there is something here. Geppetto's letter. Now that you're back, my boy, my life is rosy. To make you happy, I plan to stabilize Krat. I suppose getting the puppets and the petrification disease under better control will turn the city back to normal. Remember, you have to be careful with your body. Even though you're an organism, you react to ergo. Maybe it's because that artifact was one of the materials. Still, you came back and that's what matters. No matter what others say, you're my son. No one will be in your way anymore. I'll rebuild Krat for you. Until then, please stay safe in the hotel. Your father, who cares about you more than anyone. Dude, the story turned out to be so much better than I actually originally thought. I really think they should, retranslate a couple of these things. Talking about P-Organ repeatedly really is not a great look. Yeah, I'm gonna look up on YouTube the other endings for sure. Let me just get a couple of these things. If I ever want to do a New Game Plus, which I'm not gonna do right now, but I want to at least be set up for one reasonably well. Enhances stagger attack when attacking an enemy from behind. Enhances weapon attack when pulse cells are discharged. Lower weapon durability consumption. Lower damage while dodging. That is pretty good. Auto charge legion is kind of nice, I guess. Okay. That letter literally says every human has been killed and everyone is replaced with a puppet. Yep. I wanted to check out one thing still. I want to see if I can spec my character to a point where I actually deal more damage. I think it's possible. Your heart is pounding. Oh god. This one's kind of neat. Now that I have 4 Fable slots, I think it's probably quite a bit better. Who's pounding who? My heart. Where could I level up again? Does anybody happen to remember the fast travel spot? My P organ. My P organ is pounding, yeah. My porgan. It's over here. Saintess of Mercy. What a game. Ay, 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 ay. You know when you finish a game and it's kind of like a sad moment? Getting that vibe. Okay, so currently I deal 314 plus 152. 314 plus 152. I think what I can do... So this is what, I think it was Arashi recommended. I want to just give this a try. So he said that apparently the level scaling changes depending on every 10th level you get in each stat. So he said that apparently he found that his character dealt more damage when he leveled up motivity and technique evenly, so strength and dexterity evenly, and he changed the weapon scaling from A in one stat to C in both stats.
Welcome, Sakala.
I want to see if that's the case. I didn't want to do it earlier because I was afraid I was going to mess it up and that I wouldn't be able to change it, but now that I've completed the game, it doesn't really matter. So I want to alter my handle to deal C scaling on both. So I want to use a technique crank on it. There we go. So now I have C level scaling in both of my things. And then I want to respec and see if my number turns out to be greater than 314 plus 152. Yeah, in Dark Souls, A scaling would outperform 2 Cs. But he mentioned that the higher your level you go, apparently the less you get from your level ups. If you like push a skill above like 30, it takes apparently far less damage over time. Or you deal far less damage over time. Yeah, there's diminishing returns at some point. And I don't really know exactly at which point that is. And if I'm already high enough level for it, but I wanted to go give it a try. Oh shit, I obviously can't talk with Sophia, but can I talk with... Yeah. I can reset my level. There we go. I'm gonna set these to like 20. And then I think this one has to be like 15 or so. Maybe 20 as well, actually. 87 right now. Okay, so 20. And then we level these two over here evenly. So this number over here above my head. So previously I had 314 plus 152. Okay. Yeah. So this does indeed result in a slightly higher bit of damage. But apparently once we get to like the next tier of level 30 plus, it does make a difference. So this does indeed allow me 6 more damage I've been missing out on this entire time, guys. 6 damage ruined. But that does mean that if you decide to pick up this game, that playing a quality build is actually superior. Like, I was very focused on running either a motivity or a technique build, so either a strength or a dexterity build, but I should have been playing what they call a quality build this entire time, where you basically do both. And you just go with CC scaling on everything, if you really like a weapon. That's kind of awesome. Yeah. Actually, the 6 more damage may actually come off the fact that I have 2 less levels in healing and dexterity, I think. I didn't have level 20. I had higher level than that. Yeah, so I actually have less hit points right now. Maybe, now that I think of it, maybe I'm not quite there yet. I may actually need slightly more. Slightly more levels, that is. I should go check the piano? Let's see. I have some social overlays that I added to the stream a couple of streams ago, Echo Soldier. I spent too much time making those overlays. They appear once every 45 minutes. You guys want to see what I spent like 3 hours on? This thing sliding out right over here. I know nobody cares and nobody really notices, but this I spent like 3 hours on. I use Photoshop and Streamlabs for it. Yeah. So now my sub notifications come out of the sellout bar in the bottom left, and the social stuff you can follow comes from right over here. Streamlabs, dude. Yeah, they're pretty awesome, man. They're also sponsoring my stream this year. Highly recommend checking out Streamlabs, guys. There's a panel below the stream. Go check it out. They have some amazing features. Good segue.
My command, Sir Carlo. What would you like
X
to do?
videos? No, not X videos. You highly recommend sponsoring Lowko's stream? Thanks, man. I'm a Giga Chad. Yeah, good thing we revived him. When am I learning this? I am a solid gold league piano player on a good day. I'm like high silver, low gold. This is like fucking grandmaster skill level, dude. I'm not there. I'm not there. I don't know if I ever will be, but I do enjoy playing piano. It's fun. Is the cat still around? Is this a cat puppet? No, the cat is the only one that's real. Do you recognize me? Oh. No, don't. That's not how you hold a cat. Bro, have the developers of this game never seen a cat before? What the fuck? No, don't shake it. That's how you get scratched up, man. Koreans hold cats like that, Lowko? There's no way you can hold your cat like that. I considered it. There's no way. I'm gonna Google it. Koreans holding cats. There's no way. Nothing comes up. Yeah, this is truly the bad ending now, I can tell. You can hold your cat like that, he's pretty chill. I can hold my cat like that too, but like... It feels painful, no? I feel like that would be painful for them. Yeah, in the good ending, he holds one hand under his butt. Just to keep him, you know, comfortable and solid. Yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Alright, I think that about sums it up, guys. I want to go check out the other endings on YouTube. But this game, yeah, I really liked it. There's definitely small little bits of improvement here and there. Like, one problem that a lot of these, like, wannabe Souls games get is that they have, like, enemy repetition, I guess. And it's, like, the same 4 enemies over and over and over again, and the diversity is not quite there. This game really didn't have that. Like, there's a lot of good stuff here. Would I say it's as good as Bloodborne? No. I think Bloodborne overall is a better game. But Bloodborne really is one of those games that I think we'll all look back on at some point and think, oh my god, dude, that game was so good. That game was ahead of its time. I think Dark Souls 3 is also better than this. I think I personally prefer Dark Souls 1 over this too. I do think I actually like this game better than Sekiro. Yeah. I liked Sekiro, but I think this game is... I enjoyed this a little bit better, I think. Performance of the game was excellent, yeah. Apparently this is running Unreal Engine 4? Yeah, this game is different than Sekiro as well, for sure. I definitely enjoyed it better than Dark Souls 2. Yeah, but, I mean, there's like 50 games that I like better than Dark Souls 2. I can give you guys a long, long list of games I enjoy better than Dark Souls 2. But yeah, if you enjoyed those games though, from Software, you'll definitely enjoy this game too. I don't think it's quite at that level, but it's the closest game I've seen to it. The Sekiro monkey boss, that was something special, wasn't it? Really funny. Yeah, I think if they did some of the translation a little bit differently, it would probably be more fun. Because it really is a little immersion breaking sometimes, where you keep thinking about the P organ and, you know, you gotta consume your god, and what else? There was so many innuendos that this game just made a little bit memey. It sets the bar high for Lords of the Fallen. Absolutely, yes. So let's see. I want to go check out Endings, Lies of P on YouTube. All endings explained. Alright, let's have a look. Matt Luigi. So this is gonna be a little bit of a spoiler, guys.
Like any good Souls-like, Lies of P has a few different endings, each with cryptic details to uncover and explain. The ending you get is determined by your choices in the game and the lies or truths you tell. In this video, I will be going through each of the...
The thing is, you don't actually know which ones are truths and which ones are lies. Like, oftentimes, it's just a guessing game, and I don't remember what I did.
3 endings and explaining them. From the
I guess you would have to do a playthrough where you pick all left, or like all right, maybe? Is that an option? I don't know.
Facts, to the obscure details, to even the sequel hints. I hope you enjoy, and if you do, feel free to subscribe to see more content like this. Obviously, be warned for spoilers.
Yeah.
In all the endings, we fight our way up the Alchemist's stronghold for a climactic battle with the head of the Alchemists, Simon Pistris Manus. Simon is the main cause for the petrification disease spreading throughout Krat. He used the resulting ergo to try to become a new, evolved life form that would usher in a world without lies. He definitely had deep-seated issues from childhood, but I don't want to delve further into that here since he is the same in all the endings. His story and the trials of Krat are just the backdrop for the more real or personal story going on with our character and Geppetto. After defeating Manus and traveling down the elevator, there is a chance to get any one of 3 different endings. 2 of them are extremely similar, and one is more distinct and darker. I will start with that last one. The ending is titled, Real Boy. They all lived happily ever after. This ending can be acquired regardless of what choices you make throughout the game. All you have to do is, here at the end, choose to give Geppetto your heart when he asks—
Oh, wait. Oh no, that is the bad ending. There's the good-ish ending and the true ending too. Okay, I see.
For it. He will then take your heart out and put it into a body he brought along in his box.
So that's a bit weird though. This whole scene is a bit funky. So this is supposed to be Carlo? So he's been carrying around the corpse of his dead son this entire time, and somehow his son fits into that little box, and that guy's been dead for a long time? That's a bit weird, no? I feel like carrying around your dead child in a box is strange. You never know when you might need a corpse. Yeah, there's a little bit of necromancy going on here, which a bit weird. Maybe it's like a magician's suitcase. Yeah, you know, in like Mystical Beasts and Where to Find Them or whatever? Where that dude has like that suitcase and he can go into the whole thing and whatnot? Yeah, I think that might be it.
Which will then revive as a kind of evil or destructive Carlo. Carlo was the name of Geppetto's real son and the name of the writer of Pinocchio, and his
Newt's
heart
commander,
is the one
that's
that
it.
powers your puppet body in-game. We then see the new revived Carlo murder everyone still remaining at Hotel Krat
Yeah,
at
I
the
did that.
behest of Geppetto. All of our friends and companions are slaughtered in cold blood.
That was me.
Then they are replaced with lifeless puppets who all exist to serve us, or
Good.
Carlo.
Good.
And even in this
That's the
ending,
good ending.
when Geppetto is reunited with his long dead son, the one who he kind of abandoned in life, he goes away again. He leaves a letter saying that he will make Krat safe for us, talking about the petrification disease like it's a minor nuisance. This ending is very obviously bad coded. The new Carlo seems to be a puppet slave for Geppetto, despite being called a real boy, the dream of the original Pinocchio.
But Dad said I did a good thing. And Dad is God, no? Isn't that what Simon wrote?
From the fairy tale. This Carlo kills the companions his heart grew to trust and work with, all because he was asked or told to by Geppetto, an absentee father who we see in memories the real Carlo hated.
I don't care if an old man like that kicks the bucket.
We might get a human body of some kind in this ending, or otherwise become a real person in some way, but it is clear we are really just a puppet dancing on someone
That was
else's
my Carlo
string,
impression.
namely Geppetto's. Sophia remarks at the end, asking us,
Is this truly the future you wanted?
Not really, no.
fair to say this is a bad ending, and
Okay,
it does
fine.
give us the post-credits cutscene, but I want to wait to cover each ending before delving into that. So we saw what happens when you give your heart to Geppetto. If, on the other hand, you refuse his request, you can get one of two different endings. If you answer most of your choices throughout the game by telling the truth, you will get what I want to call the good-ish ending, titled Free from the Puppet String. And just a note, lots of the online guides say different things about how to get this and the next ending, claiming you need to always tell the truth or always lie or other requirements that I don't think are true. I know you can get the next ending by lying only most of the time, you don't need to always lie, so I think you can get this ending by telling the truth just most of the time. And probably not killing Sophia when she asks, but I'm less certain about that requirement. So once you refuse Geppetto, he will release the nameless puppet on you. We learn from its ergo that
That's Carlo?
the nameless puppet was the first puppet made by the old man
Wait, no.
that was mounted with a P organ. But because it was destructive, it was not chosen for the boy's body and sealed away. Geppetto takes it out as a last resort to
fight
get the
it?
heart from us. In his dialogue we hear during the fight, Geppetto reveals that he gave us his son Carlo's heart. He didn't bind us to the Grand Covenant, the set of rules that most puppets have to follow,
Oh,
so that
shit.
the heart would grow while having freedom. This was so it could one day be used to revive
realize
the
I
real
missed the
Carlo,
balls.
and that he wouldn't be burdened by the Grand Covenant, I assume. We learn earlier
guy
in the
looks easy,
game
though.
that puppets are powered by ergo, which can come from people, especially those afflicted by the petrification disease. Sometimes a human ego can awaken within a puppet, especially if the puppet looks like the original person. Geppetto likely tried this with our puppet body, but as he points out, we never got Carlo's memories. Though if we did,
Is that fight
we would
actually
probably
hard?
hate Geppetto anyways.
Wait, is it really one of the hardest fights in the game? Oh, it's not? You're fucking with me? Okay.
So probably not too good of a plan for him. While we don't have
Yes,
his
no,
memories,
yes.
Geppetto remarks how he did inherit Carlo's personality, since
I suppose Carlo was mischievous.
that's not enough. So Geppetto wants to use Carlo's heart, a whole mess of
that
ergo,
sucks.
and the Arm of God artifact to make the new psycho killer Carlo we see in the bad ending. And if that's his ideal version, Geppetto probably doesn't want the real Carlo back anyways. Blinded by his grief and possibly just a selfish person in general, He just wants the puppet version of Carlo he sees in his head, one who will come live as a family with him and do what he says as his father. Once the nameless puppet gets to phase 2, we anime slice its head off, and it erupts in golden ergo, losing the strings Geppetto controlled it with. Once we beat its second phase, we get a cutscene where it gets to beat us in combat.
Aw,
Lame.
dude.
It is about to stab us through the heart, but Geppetto stops it. The puppet is destructive, so it just wants to body us. But Geppetto can't let any harm come to Carlo's heart, or he might have to actually face the fact that his son is dead and stop running away from it. We then turn into Giga Chad and destroy the nameless puppet's core. So far, all of this has been exactly like what we will see in the next ending. The differences start as Geppetto keels over and we go to support him. In this ending, as we hold the dying Geppetto, he says,
I know it. You're just a useless puppet.
Then he dies.
Thanks, Dad.
This ending concludes here, save for the post-credit scene we will get to later. Geppetto's final line will make more sense when we look at the final ending.
Nice final
but
words.
In short, it is about how he views us as nothing more than a puppet. Puppets are supposed to never lie, and in this playthrough, we tell the truth more than we lie. So we basically act like a puppet. We are free from Geppetto's strings, as the name of the ending suggests, but if we want to really see what it's like to leave behind the shackles of puppetdom, we must look at the final ending. The last ending to Lies of P is a rhyme to the game's title. It's called Rise of P. You can get this ending like the previous one by refusing to give Geppetto your heart. The difference is that throughout your playthrough, you need to have lied most of the time, and you likely need to have given Sophia peace when she asked, though again, I'm not as 100% sure on that. Once this ending begins, it is the same as the free from the puppet string ending up until Geppetto's death. Here, he still saves us from Nameless, but once we are holding him, something else happens. The camera shows a tear running down our cheek. Geppetto recognizes this and says,
I'm sorry. Son.
Before dying. I took this to be about how the lying throughout the game has made us more human. It has caused our heart to grow to the point that we are essentially a real human who can feel human emotions. In this final moment,
I could have had all of this, right? Yeah, I feel like I could have had this true ending, what this guy calls the true ending, if I did refuse. Because I have lied pretty much my entire way through. I still don't understand the post-credits scene, though.
either our character developed an
I
attachment.
ticked all the boxes for it. Yeah, lying is good, guys. If you want to get the true ending of IRL, you gotta make sure you lie at every possible opportunity that you're presented with in life. You probably have already spoken the truth a couple of times, but no worries. Like this guy hypothesized, just make sure you lie most of the time moving forward. That way you can probably offset.
For Geppetto, or Carlo's heart moves within us and cries at his father's death. Even if he didn't like him,
just lie at your job interviews, 100%. That's a great idea.
Carlo might still be moved to see Geppetto pass. Geppetto's words recognize
Yeah,
this.
also if you come across a lady called Sophia in real life, kill her. Right away.
They show that
No,
he
chat, no!
now sees us as his son, Carlo. Even if we may not have his memories, we have become a real human who can feel.
Clipped.
And we feel his death like a human would. Then we get another cutscene before the credits. Apparently, there's a ready-made Sophia puppet. Maybe not too weird considering Manus was kind of obsessed with her. And we give Ergo to that puppet, returning the favor from the beginning of the game when Sophia gave us Ergo. The Sophia puppet wakes up as we pass out, and she says,
It's so good to see you.
We
this
look like the
echoes her first
statue!
words to us at the game's beginning.
Yo, that's the statue we come across. Just mirrored, no? Yeah, we gave our waifu to the waifu. Yeah. Every weep's dream.
So good to
Yeah, the mercy of Michelangelo. Exactly.
you.
This echoes her first words to us at the game's beginning.
I'm so happy to see you.
After the credits, we can explore and find a note from her, but before we get to that, there is the post-credit scene to discuss.
Yeah.
After the credits, we find the man who called himself Giangio on a train. Giangio is the name of one of the characters in the original Pinocchio story, but we see here that the character is actually called Paracelsus, and he is communicating with someone from an outside organization. Philippus Paracelsus, or Paracelsus, is the name of a real-world Swiss physician, alchemist, and philosopher from the 1500s. When we first met Giangio, he pretended to be an alchemist pretending to be a pharmacist, and he talks about how the dose of a substance determines if it's a medicine or a poison, which is an idea attributed to the real Paracelsus in our world. So this basically confirms the name as a reference. The org he talks to has an interest in kinds of humanity and eternal life. They mention us as a kind of brother, or new humanity. Maybe we are a new kind of immortal or eternal being, this new human puppet life form that we have become. And this might be a reach, but his hair color is a bit like ours after being influenced by Sophia.
Yeah.
And Sophia mentions her
That's what I
powers
said.
being
It's no longer
time-related.
blue. It's no longer blue.
Ours after being influenced by Sophia. And Sophia mentions her powers being time-related, which would tie into the themes about eternity. On the call, the voice notes that
we'll have to get his arm back anyway.
That's
which
the arm
could
of the
be
gods.
a reference to our mechanical arm. That's the first most
No.
obvious one, but I think that doesn't make sense.
No.
Since we learn that the Legion arm is a creation of Geppetto and modified by Vanini. It is more likely that the Eternals are talking about the arm of God, the
Yeah.
item we get when we defeat Manus. This item let Mr. Eugenics in some way summon a godlike being in the sky, and its description talks about being a mysterious relic even to the alchemists. So this mysterious organization of Eternals is likely interested in this god arm, and apparently they had it before if they want to get the arm back. Who or whatever that god is, this organization is likely closer to it than anything else in Krat, except maybe for one new character. Paracelsus ends his cutscene saying he will find another key to the organization.
Dorothy.
And then the camera focuses on an obscured book. The design shown is the first edition cover of The Wizard of Oz, which has Dorothy as the main character. Then in a shot on the rooftops of Krat, we see someone walking in ruby slippers before they click their heels 3 times. This is another reference to Oz, where Dorothy must acquire the ruby slippers and click her heels
I don't know
3
anything
times
about the Wizard
to
of
return
Oz.
to her home of Kansas. Maybe this Dorothy was scouting Krat out and is now returning to her home, which I'm assuming isn't plain old Kansas, but maybe that's her base of operations. This could be a reference to a DLC or a sequel, where more
Yeah.
fairy tale characters come into play as part of the world of Eternals. A YouTube comment I saw pointed out that Tin Man, one of the other main characters of Wizard of Oz, was looking for a heart, and a metal puppet with a heart, like the character we play as, could fit as that character. Maybe Dorothy was scoping us out to possibly get us to join her crew. We don't know what form this will take, but with the Eternals organization out there
I would
plotting-
really like it if this company decides to make more and more stories.
Yo, 6 years old. Our sub can finally go to school.
Thank you so much, Krons. Thank you. That's a very long time. Thank you for the 72 months. I would really like it if they decided to do some sort of... Because a lot of these fairy tales are pretty... I don't even know if Pinocchio is considered a fairy tale. I guess the Wizard of Oz isn't either. But they really are kind of creepy. Yeah, it's kind of sick. That's actually really fun.
Her crew. We don't know what form this will take, but with the Eternals organization out there plotting something, there's likely
A
some
fable.
grander conflict
That's
that
it.
we will learn about, and maybe be pulled into, whether that's by Dorothy, Paracelsus, or someone else. There is definitely some greater story that is being hinted at, but we will have to wait and see to learn what's really going on. And to wrap things up, the game lets us keep playing after the cutscenes and credits. We can see that everyone in the hotel is thankful that the trials of the game are over, and they're all real people in this ending, not puppets. Sophia leaves a note marveling that an ergo puppet can become a new form of human, that's us, and she says she will stay away for the time being. We get the option to jam out on the piano in the hotel, and we can also find another letter left by Paracelsus at his old location near the gold coin fruit tree.
His name is
He
PP.
expresses excitement at our development, and he talks about meeting on the eternal line of time. He signs off PP, which confirms that he is named after the real Philippus Paracelsus. The note about time again makes me think of Sophia when she talked about how her power is related to time, and this makes me think that the hair connection isn't so far-fetched. So there we have each of the endings of Lies of P explained. Let me know in the comments if you have any more questions about the endings that have been left unanswered.
Cool!
If you like this content, you can subscribe and or support me on Patreon. Thanks to my...
That was really cool, actually. Yeah, really nice. Neat little game. I had a really good time, yeah. I think I would have enjoyed the story more if I wasn't, you know, somebody with the humor of a 12-year-old. Because I would have probably paid more attention to the story of the game. 27 hours? How many hours did I spend? I feel like I spent way more time than that. I probably got closer to like 40, 35, 40-ish hours. Something like that. So it's developed by NeoWiz. I spent 41 hours? Okay. Founded in 1997, NeoWiz with a diverse lineup of indie to AAA games. Right. But what about their own developed games? Because this is developed and published by NeoWiz. And I guess they also publish other companies' games. Like, for example, I had people recommend Skull to me. But this one is made by Southpaw Games. Does it give us like a... Respect V? Respect 5? That does not ring a bell. Anyways, I'll definitely keep an eye out on whatever they come up with next. Because this game seems to be a success. And I hope they decide to, yeah, do some more games in the Souls-like genre. Because this is really good. I'm going to give this game... What am I going to give it? Yeah, I think I want to say a little higher than an 8. But probably like an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. It is definitely worth playing. For now, though, uninstall. Very good game. Can recommend.